Hey traders, welcome back to Engine Trades channel. So today we're going into weekly outlook for next week. So just stick around because what I'm going to tell you, what I'm going to teach you guys and show you guys will actually help you not to make wrong moves in the market. So right here on GU, I'm on GPP chart right now. So we'll start off from the daily chart because that's where we frame our trades before we go into lower time frame to take entries. So if I go on daily time frame, daily, okay, here. So as an ICT trader, I basically look for liquidity areas and imbalances for price to reach to for sell for a possible setup and trade ideas. So right here on GU, last week you can see the whole of last week for the past 2 weeks of the whole of last week. Yes, we've been trading to the downside. The price to buy side liquidity, and we took out this old low. So we sell out this old low, traded back to this FEG right here, and we dropped lower. So for next week, what I'll basically be looking for, we have an imbalance here. So price took sell side liquidity to, you can see other flows show us that we are bearish. You can see the other flow shows that we are definitely bearish. So I have to go aligned with the higher time frame. Now we have an FEG, bearish FEG here. Price trade off it, took out sell side liquidity. Now we run out this old low. That's 1.33329. So today is, we just closed because I'm recording this 11:51 p.m. So today is Friday. So we just closed. So I'm recording this live so I can post for you guys. So right here with two sets of liquidity, and what do we have? We have an imbalance at this level. We have an imbalance at this point. A bearish imbalance. So if I should put that out, so we have a bearish FEG at that point. So for next week, I won't be trading on Monday. But I'll basically just be looking for this for Tuesday. So fine, she probably just closed. We had some midweek reversal to the downside. I see price, this is Wednesday, Tuesday. So we had some expansion to the downside last week. So Friday closed inside the range, and we have an FEG here. Remember, price took out sell side liquidity, so we are delivering from sell side liquidity to this imbalance for possible short to this old low. This low that act as previous week low because today's Friday. So for next week, this low act as previous week low. Same thing as sell side liquidity. So I'm expecting price to head into this daily FEG and I'm waiting for price to get inside this FEG and also look for downside to this sell side liquidity here on H4 on daily. Then on H4, there are some entries, like there are some PGRAs, some liquidity form I'm looking at. So you can see the H4. As I told you guys, I've been bearish on GU. So we are bearish, break market structures at this point. We have a structure shift, making market structure shift. We have buy side resting above this highs. Then you can see that imbalance that we had on the daily time frame also correspond on the H4. What was it? So the same imbalance we had on daily also had it on H4. See price is fractal. So we have a bearish effigy at this point that we haven't mitigated yet. Price haven't gotten to the midpoint of this range of this effigy. So maybe by Monday we might get to it, or we will just expand lower, and anything can actually happen. So we have an imbalance at that point, a CB, a sell side imbalance and a buy side efficiency. So if I should pull them out, show you. Okay. What am I doing? So I'm actually looking for price to get into this point. So we're already in the price of already expanded up to this place. So we're expecting price to actually go lower to this sell side liquidity. We have sell side liquidity resting at this low, and this low acts as previous week low. This low at this point acts as previous week low. We have this low right here acting as previous week low. Oh, I pressed the wrong button, bro. What am I doing? Okay, sorry guys. So we have this low resting the SSI liquidity acting at previous week's low. So I showed you guys on the daily time frame. I should change that to SSI liquidity. Okay. Oh, I made a mistake. So, sell side liquid and black. Hope you guys see both. Yes, I see. Sell side liquidity at that point. So, I see the daily is aligning with the H4 time frame. We are bearish. We just swept sell-side liquidity, so we are after taking sell-side liquidity, we might actually get to the opposite side of liquidity. That's an FEG or an FEG on an imbalance, way we might call it, to get into price to trade to the downside. So going into EU. So our next, let's see, we have EU to look at. Okay, so right here on EU, starting off on the daily time frame first, using the ICT concept. So I do trade ICT concepts, so complete 1 year trading ICT concept. So if you would like to learn ICT concept, just say ICT on the comment below. So here on EU, almost same bias on G, but a kind of different thing, because the PA in EU has been very dull. It has been humorous, however you will say it. So price to buy side liquidity at this area. Okay. Price to buy side liquidity at this area. And rents about to buy side liquidity, and we swept this candle highs. Giving like a charity. Okay, candle reach theory. Then we displays more the downside, taking out this previous week low. That acts as also acts as sell-side liquidity. Okay, price swept previous week. Price swept previous week lows. I think that is previous week lows. Price swept previous week lows, and here is previous low. Yes, we have previous low right there. We have previous low, previous highs right there. So after price took out this candle highs, we had an FEG at this level that price traded back into and displays to the downside. You see, we are not bearish. The other flow is bearish. So from H4 time frame, we'll still confirm our bias if we actually get to look for short trades to get. So price took up previous week lows, previous week lows here. We have previous day low, previous day and previous day highs. Okay, Friday will now act as previous day lows because Monday will be a new trading day. Yeah, so Friday will be the new previous day highs and previous day lows. And then here on Thursday, giving us our previous week low. On Thursday will act as previous week lows. So the same thing, I'm looking for price also to get at this FEG. We have a sell side imbalance here. We have a sell side imbalance at this point. The price will actually get to. I want to trade more lower to the downside. So have that there, okay. Then on H4, you can see on H4 it took sell side liquidity right at this point without giving a market structure break, a market structure shift to the downside. So if I should plot that out, okay. So market took sell side liquidity at this level and failed to make a structure shift to the downside. So we are still bullish at the moment. See structure shifts here, and since then we didn't have a full body candle at this point. We didn't have a full body candle at this region. We have a full body candle at this region. So I'm still bullish on EU though. I'm still bullish on EU till we get a full body candle close. Then I can when my buyers down, I am bearish. So we have another pair looking at. So I'll go into ADS and DXY. So mainly I do trade forex. I don't trade indices or futures. So I trade mainly forex. So we have on ADSD same bias. Like this is actually correlating with other major pairs. So don't actually mind my drawings. It's just some markups I did. Okay, we are coming out from this daily FEG, this self-side imbalance at this point. You can see price took our previous day low, previous day high. Sorry, to be precise. Oh my key, and if you guys can see my weeks, the weeks of my chart, weeks of my candles, it's actually not too bright. So we can see price straight off from this sell-side imbalance, taking out previous day highs at this point. Then we set previous week lows also, and we displaced up to. You can see we had a bullish imbalance here. Now, why is that imbalance right there? You can see from if I actually should draw a fib range from this low, from this sell-side liquidity up to this buy-side liquidity, this FEG at this point is at discount level. So they are more like how do I put it? They are more probability that price will actually turn up to buy side liquidity or trade or mess around this sell side imbalance for another reversal also to the downside. So you can actually see. So we have from this fib from this low to this high, this FEG is at discount. So price is actually reacting from this FEG right here. So you just trade up higher or continue down to the downside. But now what will confirm us actually for us to still look for downside is that we have an opposite side of liquidity also. You see we have a bullish imbalance and we are bearish. Now we are bearish because if we are going lower time frame, forward time frame, we are bearish. Now we have an imbalance here, a sell-side imbalance at this level. You can see we have an imbalance there. It's Friday. So I'm looking actually, and this is my very high probability setup. If this should play out, I'll be very happy with ADS they do. So you see price just trade off from this daily FEG at this point. So we have an opposite side of liquidity. Why do I actually choose here rather than here? Here is also I'm looking at price at this level, but I actually choose here. My high probability more. That is if you have a lower time frame entry or a confirmation for us to take shots. If I don't see anything, maybe price can actually tend to go up, or in any case still drop more lower. So now Friday here act as previous week lows. See, price just took out previous day lows. Friday took out Thursday lows, giving us a rejection that price will actually tend to go up, rebalance this FEG, then trade to the downside. But for ADS, I'm actually bearish, to be honest. I'm bearish on ADS, totally bearish. But I'm still looking at price at this level. So yeah, it's very tricky. So if you're actually looking at ADS, you look at price at this point. I told you guys that we have a opposite side of liquidity that we can actually get to and trade to the downside. Now you actually have to watch price at this level and also watch price at this level. You get. So Friday giving us previous lows and previous highs. So now going off to our main lower time frame first. I was below you. Oh bro. I'm saying ADS, I told you guys I'm bearish also. I'm literally bearish. I'm bearish. I see price have been trading to the downside. We've been breaking market structure to the downside. And I see we have our midnight open here. See, today was Friday, so I think that was here. I saw our weekly candle also closed. It actually closed bearish. Like it closed bearish. Very good candle. Not actually more of rejection. But we are rejecting though. Price might actually trade. So this is I'm using my weekly candle for higher time frame PO2. So right here on ADSD, I'm looking at price. You see price, the market is fractal, price is fractal. We have an FEG on higher time frame and we have an FEG on lower time frame. So I'm expecting price to also trade higher to this level of imbalance for a possible short setup. So that's an FEG on the H4. Disable that for daily. No, FEG on H4. So I'll also draw my field to know if actually this FEG is a high probability FEG, if it's a valid FEG. So fib range. This is our old highs we made. These are the oldest high we made here after the structure shift. So this is our old high. So I'll draw my fib range. Okay, let's change that to OTE. Okay, we have it right there. So I draw my fib range from the upside to when price started pulling back. Because we had this low for price started rejecting up to this low. You can see price rejected from that low, and we're actually looking for us for upside. So this FEG is a very valid FEG because we have the midpoint of that range. We have the midpoint of this range. We have the midpoint of this range and the FEG. We can also plot our fib also at this supporting swing. We have the supporting swing right there. Yo, how am I doing? How am I doing, my bro? Okay, if I should delete that, I see this. I'm actually see if this candle also supports this. If this structure supports this one also. So I think it's supporting it. Yes, price traded up to premium. So we can also use these highs also. Draw a fib range. And you can see this FEG is a valid FEG for us. So watch price at that level. Literally watch price at that level. So price will actually get to here. So I showed you on the daily time frame that we have a daily FEG and also we have an FEG on higher time frame. So next week I have to go you guys to DSY. I don't actually make this video, but let me give you guys my look on DSY. So on the SY, I'm probably bullish on the SY. I'm bullish on the SY. So if this major pairs are okay, I'm really bullish on this. I'll just show you guys. I don't look for entries on DSY. I don't take trades on DSY. What I actually do on DSY is for directional buyers. Just for directional buyers, that's all. I don't look for entries or trades on DSY. So don't expect any trades from me on DXY. I don't take trades on DXY. I actually only look for directional buyers on DXY. So on DXY, CP price action, we actually consolidated inside this range. See, before we took sell liquidity, it took a whole lot of time before we took sell liquidity, and price swept sell side, swept also the sell side at this level. As you can see, we are bullish. We took sell liquidity and we just run out this. You can see we have failure swings, we have this highs, we have also this highs, we have all these equal highs at this point. So by next week I expect price to also take all these equal highs at this level. All these are draws in liquidity. They actually draws in liquidity. We also have an FEG also at this level, because Friday giving us previous day high. Yes, Fridays are previous day highs for next week. Then also previous day low for next week. Then Thursday being previous week highs and new previous week highs. Yes, we have previous week highs there. Then Tuesday being a previous week low. So directional buyers, I'm bullish on DXY. So as I'm bullish on DXY, I am bearish on the major pairs. You can see I'm very bearish on the major pairs. Then also to talk about risk management and actually trade planning a trade and taking the actually plan, planning a trade and placing a trade based on that plan. So by next week I'll be risking very little amount of my capital, because I'm trading a foreign account, so I'll not be leveraging, oversizing. I just looked inside this month of September and I've took almost 11 to 10 trades this month, and I'm not profitable for this month. So reflecting back to what I've seen is overtrading. Yes, overtrading. Yes, I learned some mistakes from them. Fine and good. But overtrading and I've not been over leveraging. I've been feeling a very good risk management. I've not been over leveraging, but overtrading and not picking the right setups. And I've seen that actually in a month, my good set of funds, like three or 2 times in 1 month, or at least 3 or 2 times in 1 month. That is maybe one trade in a week, one trade or 2 trades in a week. You can see very good. So by next week, if you're going on next week, trade your plan your trade your plan. Do not do anything else from that. If you have an edge, trade your edge. Actually, I was going to my book. I actually cannot remember. Maybe I'll see it back in the end of the video. I actually not remember, but taking no trades is actually taking a trade. Taking no trades when the setups are not there is actually taking a trade. So you have a setup that you are framing from a higher time frame. So you are trying to execute on lower time frame, and that setup plays out. But on the lower time frame, you have not actually seen your A plus or your key factor of entering that trade, and you're trying to force trades because your higher time frame is giving you liquidity sweep, FEG, 25 to FEG, or maybe Asian range low or Asian range highs have been taken out, and you'll be like, okay, fine, this is a good one, let me just take the trade, even if I didn't get a lower time frame confirmation. Bro, that is really wrong. You should get your confirmation on all time frames. If you trade on daily, your confirmation first. On H4, confirmation also. N15, confirmation. let these three things just be aligned. If you trade four time frame, fine. Let those four things align before you take any dumb trade, any dumb clear trade. So I want you guys to actually bring in a habit, because we'll be entering Q4 in some weeks. Entering Q4 in some weeks, so it's a big good habit in trading. Bro, if you want to be profitable, you're the one holding yourself. No one is holding you, bro. If you want to if actually profitability is a very big concern to you, just do what you have to do. Just do what you have to do, bro. If you actually it's a concern to you, just do what you have to do to be profitable. And trade less, do less. Doing less is doing more. All I mean. So we have some more actually just going to go through some news events and news folder for next week. I'll give you guys on how I'll navigate news folder for next week. So let's go there.